Hello everyone, it's Camping with the Coes. It's Ryan and Paula and Millie. Today we're at Straits State Park. We've been here all week. A lot of cool things to do here in this area. There's Mackinac Island, Mackinac City, Sault Ste. Marie is only 50 miles away. Tequamatum Falls are like 80. We're staying in the upper part of Straits State Park. It's a pretty popular park. Got to get those reservations in pretty early. The park's in three parts, two down by the water, the lower part. There's like two separate campgrounds down there. The sites on the water are in the lower part are no electricity, so you have to look on the rules for that. The upper part is probably the other half of the park. That's where we're staying. It's nice and high and dry up here. It's a little tight. It's an older park, so they probably built this back before the big giant motorhomes are here. So another reason to look and ask the park whether your rig will fit on the site. The bathrooms are nice and new, cleaned every day. It was pretty nice. There's the dump stations and are right in front of the dump station, and the garbage is never an issue. We're going to take you on a little walk just to cover the overlook right now, and then we're going to do like a campsite 1 something to 2 something, whatever. So Paul's going to give me the camera. Down here's the entrance to the park. You see the ranger station. They have firewood there. The flag's where you turn to go down to the lower park. Also, there's two bridge overlooks. That one's more of a side view of the bridge, and it's the overflow parking. It's the 181 acre park, so it's actually a big park. It doesn't seem like it when you're here, but it is altogether 181 acres. There's a little parking here just past the dump station, and that's for just parking for the overlook, or I'm sure you could park alongside the street right here.
Have a safe trip.
Thank you.
We'll probably see you sometime.
Yeah,
Yep.
you will.
Some people we're camping with. So you could camp here on the right side, I'm sure too, or even on the left a little bit. This trail is very simple, very easy. We're gonna walk down it right now, so you'll see it's only just probably 50 yards long. It's a nice overview looking right down the bridge. Today is the Mini Cooper day.
And the wildfire smoke is bad.
Yes,
Very
just a
high
heads up.
quality air alert all this week, so it's going to be hazy looking at the bridge.
Yes, the bridge is very hazy today due to Canadian wildfires, high alert, as Paula just said, and that's a good point. So here's the handicap parking for the trail to the overlook. And then up here we're gonna go to the actual, and that has a trail that goes right in there nicely too. I'm sure you could even get a wheelchair in there. And then we're looking at campsites 90 through 124 down this way, 224, and 225 to 253, which is where we're at. And then there's a 254 to 270. I think there's 270 is it. No, there's more than that, because some of the sites on the water are A and B. So I think there's close to 300 sites here. As you can see, very well maintained. As of course dog friendly. You have to have a state park sticker on your license plate or a day pass or whatever, seasonal pass. Other than that, it's free to come here. Also, this is like 1 mile from downtown St. Ignace. So if you camp here, you can ride your bike to town. There's a little bit of a hill, but doesn't seem too crazy. They had a lot of events this week where we were here. The Mini Coopers are in town further across. And then they had a concert every single night at the park. There's lots of shops. You can take the ferry here to Mackinac Island. There's a couple places to get into water and swim in town and in other places. Here's where that handicap trail comes in. I mean, it's just right down there. You can see it through the trees. And then you have this little platform. And then there's the bridge.
We grew up in Grand Rapids area. We live in Jackson.
Okay. All right.
I can barely see it. There's the bridge. At night it lights up. On a clear day it's a beautiful view. The smoke from the Canadian fires is so bad today you can barely see across the Mackinac. I don't think you'd want to try to walk down from here, but there are other trails that go from the upper and lower parts. And so, anything else, Paula? All right, we're gonna call it a day. Thank you for watching. All right, we're gonna walk through starting at 190, see how far we get. Millie, gonna take us on a trip? Millie, say hi, Paula.
Hi.
One way, this would be considered the upper loop at at Straits State Park. We just went down and saw the bridge walk entrance thing. That's right behind us. I'm gonna swing around and show you how close we are. So the Scenic overlook trails, there's parking just over there, and so the trail goes in there and there, and it's just 30 yards, 40 yards through the woods there, and it's the bridge. Looking down the bridge. This is 190's a pull through. Check your map and it's pretty accurate. There's a lot of 50 amp and pull through sites here. Like the campground is pretty old, so it's for a campground. So the trees are nice. Almost every tree has shade. Wouldn't you say, Paula?
Yeah.
Someone coming in behind us. Waiting on a car. We're at 192. This is August 2nd weekend, 2025. There's the Coopers are in town for the Mini Cooper at the bridge. This is 193. It's a big site, a little low, but it does have a drain down to it, down the bottom. It hasn't rained in quite a while here, so you're not going to see a lot of evidence of rain. We've been here a week, and just a couple sprinkles when we first got here. But okay, 194. I'm not sure if that's a pull through, if that's one big site. So it's still tricky here. Now 94 is a fence right at the end of your turnout. Right. Or you could back it in from this way. 195, another site a little low. 196, tucked up under the trees. A lot of these pine tree shaded spots. Great for tents, a lot of tents here. Like I said in the other video, this campground does a really good job with their bathrooms. They're very clean. They're fairly new. They have a dishwasher station on them. But a lot of them have to park next to the road because there's not a ton of room. Because when they built this park, I'm sure they weren't planning on people having 40-foot motorhomes and fifth wheels. We do have a fifth wheel. I'm not cutting on them. But a lot of the older parks, which are nice, we like this kind of park. Beautiful trees and shade. But they're also not as roomy because they weren't built for the modern vehicles. But the nice thing is the electrical has been updated, so that's not an issue. Other things we saw this week, we went to Mackinac Island with friends on their boat. That was pretty cool. First time for us doing something like that. Paula jumped in the water underneath the Mackinac Bridge on the boat that day. Pretty cool. We had a drone show last night. Fireworks the Saturday before. Music in the park every night. Downtown St. Ignace is beautiful. And like I said in the other video, 50 miles to Sault Ste. Marie in the Soo Locks.
Nice laundromat.
Oh, nice laundromat in town.
It's not real big, but it is nice.
There's a nice restaurant, brewery section downtown across from all the shipping docks. So there's really good people watching and boat watching. We did have our machine here, so we did go on like a 50-mile run up to Trout Lake, and it was a real flat ride. Trail riding. There's 208, a nice tucked into the woods. It's all these cedar trees. 211. We went over to Hessel and did a little bit of riding over there. We just didn't do a good job of planning it out. But Hessel and Cedarville are only 30 miles from here, and they're beautiful. Nice towns, nice marinas. We were trying to get out to Drummond Island and just didn't pan out on this trip. Ooh, that spot's pretty big, Paula. 213. Looks like nice shade and a nice big area in the back. 215, same thing. Just a little tricky at the street here. But nice big lot. Oh, that one's got the electrical thing in it. Still, big spot. 214, tucked in the woods. Also, Mackinac City, we went over to the Icebreaker, the guys did. Icebreaker Museum. Some of the guys went over to Nobbin Way to a antique snowmobile museum, and they were bragging about that. There's plenty of places to get in the water. You have to look a little bit to find a place that's not rocky. But if you run down towards Nobbin Way, there's huge beaches all along there right on the Lake Michigan. And it's not ice cold either in the summer. It gets pretty decent up by shore. I think they said water temperature was 70 degrees, so it was very comfortable. We took chairs and just set them along there and over by Nobbin Way. Set them in the water and had a beautiful beach day. Oh, there's a log cabin tent. Have you ever seen one of those, Paul? 221. 222, nice. One drawback, and this is fact, you'll probably hear it a little bit, is this, especially this upper second, later numbers part of the park is really close to the bridge where they come down the hill, and you'll hear trucks jake braking. It didn't bother us at all. We sleep with fans and stuff. But when you're on the campfire at night, you'll hear it a little bit. Just an occasional truck or motorcycle or whatever coming through. We stayed down on one of these sites before and we loved it. But literally the highway's not far from here. There's a really nice grocery store and a couple of dollar stores that are just outside the park. Easily right about. Yeah, the numbers are skipping all over the place. This is 253. I think we were in 253, Paula. Yep. 252 is a nice spot too, especially if you have a dog. Lots of shade. Now 250, I don't know if I'd try that with any kind of trailer. Nice little hill, but they got a nice little setup with a tent, a couple tents. Same thing with 251. It's not level. Oop, there's a squirrel up there. So 248, nice spot in the woods. Not real big. If you have a smaller camper, it'll probably work nice. 249. We have a 24.5 foot fifth wheel. So it's like 29 foot total. I think we could get into both of those. 247 is nice. If you see, these sites are, you can see deep into the woods. It's real pretty and peaceful. Been a pretty good breeze since we've been here. We're really close to the water. So 246, we're gonna run you up to about where we're camping, and we're gonna call it a day. That's 245. Not real deep, just a nice big wide. What's that?
Chalk art.
Yeah, chalk art. 244 is a nice looking spot. Oh yeah, we can get into that. We had 7 campers here, Paul. 8 at one time.
Some tents.
8 some tents. We had a good time this week.
8 trailers.
We've been here a week.
Some tent people.
We've been here a week and been having a blast. And got one more day. We're gonna run up to Sault Ste. Marie, see some friends. Oh, here, look at 242. It's very uneven. The front's a little high, but it's a great spot.
Sandy.
It's sandy. 240, same thing. A little higher, a lot leveler. A lot more level if you're choosing between the two. And they're right next to the bathrooms and showers. So, like I said, the bathrooms and showers are really cleaned often and well, and they're new. Well, I'm getting to the timeline in my video where I try not to go too much longer than this. So here's 236. I'll show you the intersection here by the bathrooms. And we're gonna sign off. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.